dusty hills and rock-strewn roads of Afghanistan are some of the most dangerous places Canadian troops have ever gone. Landmines, snipers, and suicide bombers, they're all daily threats. To survive in such a hostile environment, Canadian soldiers need a vehicle with speed, flexibility, and power.
Well, the Army's looking for three capabilities out of their armored vehicles. They're looking for mobility for their soldiers, they're looking for survivability of those in the vehicles, and they're looking for lethality, a weapon system of some kind that's transported on that vehicle.
The LAV3 strikes a balance among those three objectives. They're built here, far from the battlefield, in London, Ontario.
This is our laser cutting process. We've evolved from plasma cutting to the laser process. Gives us a much finer cutting edge, which enables us for better fit up for the weld process.
The steel for the hull arrives at the plant in varying grades and thicknesses depending on the use.
There's about 6 different grades of steel in various thicknesses that are in each of the LAV3 hulls. The rest of the fabrication shop takes those piece parts and then straightens them or levels them and deburrs them before they go into the next operation.
The welding is done by robotic arms.
This is one of our 3 robotic weld cells. There's approximately 18,000 linear inches of welding in the hull, and about 14,000 linear inches is done by robot.
The massive hulls are too large for a conveyor belt. Instead, they're lifted by crane and flown throughout the assembly plant. With such huge pieces of steel dangling above people's heads, they have to be held securely. The handles on the hull stay in place even after completion.
They're here for moving the hulls around the shop. They have multiple uses. A lot of vehicles can be air transported if you have a helicopter heavy enough to lift one. So you can actually swing a vehicle under a helicopter by these lugs.
Next, the holes for the rear axles get drilled. Precision is key because on an 8-wheeled vehicle, perfect alignment is essential.
Because this vehicle has 8-wheel independent suspension, about the only way we can keep the rear 4 wheels tracking with the front 4 is we actually have to machine the hull such that everything is straight.
The armor in this vehicle is a multi-layered process, one that begins with the paint.
This is an isocyanate-based paint. It's Carc paint, so it's got resistant to chemicals. We spend about almost 300 hours painting one single hull.
With the paint layer protecting against chemicals, attention turns to ballistic protection.
On this particular vehicle here, what you're looking at is this is the base steel hull itself. You can see on this hull, you have a bunch of tapping pads welded onto it. They're basically threaded bosses. What this allows you to do, if you move over to this vehicle here, this vehicle has been outfitted with add-on armor. This armor adds to that layer of protection that the vehicle has. So you have the outside armor, the steel hull, and the spall liner.
The spall liner is a thin barrier that forms the soldier's last line of protection.
So it works like a big catcher's mitt almost. The various layers of fiberglass being all glued together with a special resin, as they delaminate, they actually absorb the energy and spread it over a very large area. So the glass itself doesn't tear, but the resin actually gives way and actually absorbs the impact.
If you think of survivability in terms of layers of protection, armor is just one component of it. Restraining the soldier in the vehicle, making sure that they have adequate stowage so that elements in the vehicle don't become a projectile, all increase the survivability of the vehicle.
You can't blow up a new vehicle every time you want to do a new test. So the engineering department runs thousands of simulations on computer, testing everything imaginable, from the effect of a double-stacked anti-tank landmine to making sure an overly tall soldier won't bump his head when he closes the hatch.
Once we start cutting the steel to when we deliver the product is approximately 120 days. We install the driveline system, the tires go on, the electronics and the communication systems get installed. We'll then install the doors and hatches and grills. We'll fill the vehicle full of fluid. We'll start it up for the first time.
Every vehicle is tested before it goes into the field. That includes climbing a 60% grade, a hill so steep the front 4 wheels lift clear off the ground. For a few seconds, the entire vehicle is resting on the rear 2 axles. Despite a combat weight of 22 tons, the LAV can reach speeds of more than 100 kilometers an hour. With that much size and speed, the brakes have to be top of the line. The LAV3 has ABS braking, allowing it to go from 60 to 0 in just 60 meters.
If you can get your grandmother up inside this thing, she can drive it.
Driving one of these beasts is surprisingly simple. No clutch, no stick shift, just a steering wheel and 2 pedals.
It has a 6-speed Allison automatic transmission in it, so it's just simply put it in gear and off you go. Turn indicator left and right, hazards, windshield washer, wipers, horn just like a normal car. I have 3 periscopes, 2 on the side, 1 in the center. When I bring it down over my head, I have 180 degrees view on either side.
More than 600 have been ordered for Canadian troops, and they are incredibly popular with the men and women who drive them.
We are very, very sensitive to the fact that the young men and women in these vehicles go into harm's way, and when we see something that can be done to improve the safety of those soldiers, we work very, very hard and very, very quickly to do it.
It's Canadian technology keeping Canadian troops safe from harm.